Guys, welcome back to another Rough Town Raptors. So what we're doing this time? It's an ambulance. Well, it was an ambulance. Not anymore. Now it's a camper van. So it's had the light bar taken at the front where all the sirens were and everything. Now as you can see, it's not looking in the best condition. It was gloss painted by hand last year, and I just know this is going to be a nightmare to sand. Also, I probably have to take off most of the green because I don't know whether he keyed it before he actually sanded it. Anyway, we'll take you around and see what we can find. Already noticed like there's loads of little dents peppered in it everywhere. No masking up done. Yeah, so brand new awning, but I'm going to take that off so I can get behind it. It's got the lights fitted. So anyway, what we're doing anyway, we're going fern green. So it's kind of like a khaki green. Bit nicer than, it's a bit different to the olive green, but yeah. So fern green on the body, and then bumpers and plastics in black. Panels here in black. And then on the back, we're doing the back panel in black, so it looks like it's got windows, and then all the green. It's already had all the stripes taken off, thankfully, because that's an absolute nightmare, but there is still loads of glue left on, so I've got to get that off. Not sure what to do with the light bar thing. He has told me to leave the back step because it's been ripped off at some point and having the floor plated up. But I probably will dust it over, to be honest, because you don't want a green van with a yellow step, do you? So I'll probably end up doing it black. And down the sides, so that bit's going to be black. And as you can see, quite a few dents. Nothing major, just loads of little peppered ones here, there and everywhere. And strange little buttons that are not needed. Yeah. So there we go. We've got an ambulance. An old Fiat Ducato ambulance. So I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 4.8 ton uprated, even though it's a single axle, it's uprated. But he's got class 1 anyway, so he's fine. So yeah, first job, I think we'll start stripping it. Normally I would go around and do all the dents and everything, but in all fairness, I'm going to take that much of the paint off. I think I'll do that at a later stage. So I think the first thing to do really is to start stripping it down, and then we can tackle this green paint and get rid of this. Not looking forward to it, but anyway, let's crack on. Right guys, as you can see, we've got the van all stripped. All the side trims are off, all the front ends off. Everything's off on the other side. Back lights are off. The next thing to take off, this is going to be a long one this. The next thing to take off is all this green paint. So let me show you. So, as you can see, it's painted the van green. And yeah, so however, he didn't key the van, and I found this out when I started DAing on the other side, that basically the green paint isn't adhered to the van properly and comes off 90% with a knife. There are bits where the stickers were, where I've had to heat it up, but as you can see, I can't paint over this, so all this green paint is going to have to come off, which is a long ass job. So the van itself, the bodywork isn't that bad, but as you can see, the paint's just horrendous. You see it there like that? So it comes off in like, there's no way I could put Raptor over that, because the Raptor would eat the solvents in the Raptor would eat into the gloss, and then it'd lift the gloss, and then basically the paint would just fall off the van, so it'd just be horrendous. So the first job, before we can even do anything, is to get all this green paint off, which as you can see, it's going to take quite a while. Extra work I hadn't anticipated, however it needs doing if you're going to do it properly. So as you can see, it's kind of like peeling cellophane off, like sellotape, kind of. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. If you check back in about 14 weeks, no, check back in a few days, and then we should hopefully have it all stripped. But right now, my fingers are going to kill. I'm going to end up with green paint everywhere. And by the time we've finished, the green ambulance will be yellow again. You know what I mean? It peels off. Terrible. But then you get certain parts where the stickers were, where it's like you've got to heat it up with a heat gun to get it off. So yeah, it's a long job, and your fingers kill at the end. Your thumbs mainly, because you're pushing on the blade all the time. Now you can get blade holders for holding the blade, for scraping it, but usually when you use a blade holder, they end up with that blade on that kind of an angle. It's not really a low enough angle. You need to get the blade basically virtually flat to get it right onto the paint. Anyway, like I said, I'll crack on with this and I'll check up with you guys at some point in the future. In a minute, we're going to go and get some gloves. Yeah, I would advise, if you're ever going to do this, wear gloves. Your fingers will forgive you better. Right guys, as you can see, managed to get all the green paint off, more or less, just little bits in the cracks to get rid of. So now, we finally start doing the bodywork on it. So I need to take care of all the dents. As I've been going around scraping, you can see I've been circling all the dents that I've found. So we'll mix some filler, get the dents filled in, which should bake off quite easily in this weather. It's about 25 degrees today. And then we can start stripping down the inside of the doors and getting them all masked up inside. Start doing some proper sanding on it now. It's been an absolute nightmare painting, getting all the paint off, but had to be done. Anyway, my thumbs will recover now while I do some body filling. So let's get some body filler made. Right guys, the next step is to get some filler in it. So if you're not familiar with how to fix filler, I have shown you a few other videos, but I'll try and drop it in every video because you might watch one video, you might watch them all, who knows. Anyway, so if you're new to the channel, I generally go with One Light, not sponsored by them or anything, I just prefer their filler. If you're not new to the channel, I go with One Light. So now there are plenty of fillers out there, as you know. I'm not going to mix a lot because the weather's hot and it will cure quite fast. So I need to be quick with it. So mixing ratio on filler is generally about 1 to 50. So you kind of just know, but it's like in hot weather, you don't really need as much as you would in cold weather. So that is generally, you kind of just got to work the ratio out in your head because there's no actual measuring system for it. So it's just a standard activator. Like I said, there are lots of fillers out there. U-Pol, who make Raptor, they do fillers. Not the best ones, but they do a light filler actually, which isn't that bad. But generally, you find a filler that you like and you kind of stick with it. So I tend to go with this One Light super light body filler. It's just a nice, easy filler to work with. This is a little bit stiffer than normal because I accidentally just noticed I left the lid off Always put your lid back on. Anyway, we'll get it mixed, and I'll start on the shadow side of the van, because if I walk around the other side, it's probably going to set faster, so I need to be quick. So just give it a nice good mixing. You want to kind of fold it as opposed to stirring it, because you don't want air bubbles in it. Kind of like your granny used to do with cakes. If you want the cake to rise, you make it light and wispy. And give it a good whisk. If you don't, you fold it. Anyway. My mum taught me how to bake. Right. Get rid of them a second, so I can see what I'm doing. So get a bit of filler in there. So this is the first skim, which has got lumps in it because I said I left the filler off, the lid off the filler. But it's not too bad on the first skim because I know it's going to need a second skim anyway, so I can sort all that out. Right, I'm back with batch number 2. Hopefully this will last a bit longer. But slightly less filler activated. It actually feels smoother as well. I think that other bit was a little bit too stiff. That's going on a lot better. I think because it had a crusty layer on top, it didn't help. I think it was kind of already setting because it had been drying out, because the lid wasn't on. But never mind, we're getting there. So, as you saw, we got the bodywork done. We got the painting done, we stripped it. Now there was supposed to be a sequence of me spraying it. However, the camera has not been working as it should. I'm hoping it's working now. Anyway, do you want to see what it looks like? It's been a long slog as this one, but I think you'll agree, the result looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? Eh? How nice does that look? So we've got fern green, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, is 6025, the RAL code. Fern green with black highlights. We've gone for the panels in black to make it look like the window continuation. Done it on the back doors just to break the back doors up. It is changing the step at some point because there's about 200 kilos in that. It's the hydraulic lift step, so it's having a lot of extra weight on the van. So we're going to take that off, but for the moment, he said leave it, but for the moment I've just painted it black because you don't really want to drive around with a yellow step on the back, do you, when you've got like a lovely fern green van. So we've done the lights in black. Done the front one, left the front one in green, but we've done the back one in black. And obviously done this panel again. We'll just say all the detailing. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. It looks really good. Completely different. So there you go. So we have an ex-ambulance. No longer an ambulance. Coming to a campsite near you. Some point soon in the future. Now he's got it back. It's been a long slog, but it's been worth it. And he's chuffed with it. He likes the colour. I was a bit unsure whether he liked the colour or not, because you can never go off the, when you're going off the colour chips, you can never tell if they're going to look right. And when he brought it to me, he showed me a picture of one that was kind of like a khaki green. So when I put the colour on this, I thought, not quite what he was showing me, but anyway, he loves it, so awesome. So, another one done. An ex-ambulance, ready to go and have some fun and some adventures after all its working life. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay entertained, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios.